I want to shift our conversation now to the tariffs on China, which you said are going to be much more serious. The U.S. began imposing an additional 10% tariff on Chinese goods, and Beijing's response was targeted tariffs on about 80 products, which hardly seems like a proportional response. What does this reveal? Does this indicate that China has more to lose from a trade war with the U.S. than the other way around?
I mean, the argument for the administration is that they do, right? That China has much more to lose. They're a much more export-driven country. We'll have to see. I mean, I think China probably feels it was proportional, and we don't know what discussions are going on behind the scenes. So I think, again, wait and see. But I think that 10% isn't going to do it, by the way. I mean, getting back to our early conversation about the amount of tariffs you need to raise serious revenues, you know, you would have to raise them substantially on both China and the EU, and we haven't seen that yet. So we'll have to see what exactly comes within 30 days, 60 days. Does it escalate, or does it cool off? And it was an early campaign promise that he's delivered on, and now he's moved on to something else.
But at the same time, this comes at a precarious time for China's economy. You've been warning for a long time about China's debt bubble and its broken economic model. What does the imposition of tariffs, now an additional 10%, but perhaps going even higher, mean for that long-term decline?
Yeah, it doesn't help it, that's for sure, because I mean, China saw fewer reliance on net exports after 2010, when we first put out our warning, and that it's growing again. And part of that is due to the fact that the investment-driven model that we've been crying wolf about forever, albeit correctly, is losing its impetus to continue to grow. And the banking system is still bloated, and we've seen now problems in the residential real estate area completely trickle down into the actual developers. So they've got a model that really now is facing kind of a crossroads with what they're going to do. And the U.S. putting on major tariffs to one of their few thriving parts of the engine, the export manufacturing area, isn't going to help.